Hello, everybody. Good day to you all. Today, I'm talking about the Netflix original movie "In Your Dreams." It's going and it's about these little girls. It's about this girl named Stevie and her brother Elliot, and their parents are having some financial problems, but it's called problems in their relationship. Um, and the mother, she gets she's a teacher, but she gets a new position and a job in another place, but the husband not sure he wants to move because a long time ago they had a band together and it didn't like blow up, but it made enough to make some money, but not enough to be like rich or successful. And so that kind of fizzled out. And so the wife got a job as a teacher, and the husband's still trying to hoping that he gonna make that write that song that he gonna be successful at. But the thing is though, he feels as though he got to stay there. That's where it happened. That's where he met her at. That's where they got to start their family at. So therefore they had to stay here because then he can get that inspiration, write that song, and then it'd be back on top again. And the mother and the wife is like this. We need money now. We got kids, and this is a good job opportunity, which is going to help us out. And so you got problems there. And meanwhile, you got Stevie, who's the oldest, who's seeing their parents arguing a lot of the time, and hearing them talking about financial stuff. And she's being that child who feels like she has to do her part to help the family stay together. And because of this, the brother and his sister start having these dreams. And they see the Sandman, and then things go crazy from there. Now, before I get into the good stuff, let's start with the bad. Now, the only bad thing about this movie is the husband, is the father. Now he seems like he's voiced by uh the dad's voiced by Simo Liu, and his voice acting is fine and stuff about too. And the dad seems like a nice guy, but at the same time, they trying to make him he's almost like the bad guy in the relationship as well. Like he hasn't fully matured because him and his wife started the band together. That's how they fell in love, and he started the family because of this. But it never really took off like that. So he's still hoping that he's gonna write that song again. They're gonna blow up, and he keeps trying to write it, but he can't do anything. So he's just stuck. But because he's stuck, he's kind of like trying to keep her stuck too. But she's the only person that seems to be working in that relationship, and she bringing in the money. So even though there's two of them, they're in like a one income house, and she's struggling to pay for everything because she got to pay for it all herself. And it makes the husband seem very selfish and very childlike. He's never matured, very grown up. Dude, you have kids now. That little dream you got going on, there's nothing wrong with having a dream. There's nothing wrong with pursuing that dream. But but your children and your wife can't suffer for the dream to happen. I mean, I see there's a kind of agreement. They said, look, you work while I do this, but no, he's just not working at all, hoping that he'll write that song that's going to blow him up again. And this dude, you got to get a job. You got to do something because your wife is struggling and you got kids. Now, see, you were single. That's one thing. But you're not. You're a father and you're a husband. You got to do your part. And then the fact that she gets a job opportunity at another school, another place, until she got to leave, but it pays more and everything. And he does, I don't know, I want to go. Like, dude, you're not paying any bills in this house. You're not contributing at all. You're going. What's the hardship about this? You want to stay here. And in some ways, I think the movie failed at, maybe she should have just left him, because it ever made more sense, because you got a person who doesn't want to grow up, who's still living in a fantasy world, and you're trying to provide for your children. He's dead weight. He got to go. And so in some ways, I kind of read this. Maybe they should get a divorce. I mean, it's kind of messed up because the whole movie is pretty much like children who suffer from divorce and the thing like that too. They're trying to give it that whole happy ending and as well. But at the same time, it almost felt like by giving it the happy ending that it's supposed to get, it didn't feel like realistic or real. I mean, I'm happy that they managed to work things out sort of, but at the same time, he didn't really change that much. Yeah, he willing to. This is spoiler right here. He's willing to move and everything, but he still didn't. He still. His first thought is, okay, we go over there. I'm gonna start the band up again, but so this time with new people. Do you like in your fourth? What? What band takes off at your? I mean, it could be possible. Now, I see if he had like a huge social media presence, you show that, and you like bringing in, he's doing like tours like that too, bringing in some money. I like, okay, doing solo stuff and doing like that too, or doing like guitar lessons, like something like that, or helping people write songs, making money that way. Something. He can still be creative. He can still do something, but I mean, if he was, then the movie didn't betray it or show it. So it seems like the mom is she's struggling, the wife is struggling, and he's not helping. But she's like this. Are you supposed to like him? Because the thing is, the movie trying to betray you as a likable guy. You're supposed to like him. But at the same time, you're just, what is happening here? And then meanwhile, because of him, you got Stevie seeing her parents, and she's just a scared girl. And I want my parents to break up, and the sound like I don't want my parents to break up either, and it's causing tension and stress with them because we have these dreams. They feel as though the only person she can be happy is in her dream. Like that's kind of sad. I like, wow, that's really messed up. Like, okay. I mean, it's one thing because financial stuff is like in a lot of relationships is a huge thing that breaks up a lot of relationships. Finances causes a lot of stress, a lot of tension, and it breaks a lot of families. But when you see one person trying to do something, and the only person not doing anything at all is hoping and wishing, man, dude, you gotta do something. I don't understand. Yeah, that's a huge flaw in the movie. Because if they broke up, I would have said, well, it's sad, but something it's good message to kids to learn something like that too, because it happens so much that maybe some kids know how to deal with it, how the emotional the toll it takes on them, stuff it's about too. But I don't know, man. They want to have the cake and eat it too. They wanted to show the problems that these relationships can have, but not have them break up. But at the same time, have the father still not doing anything. So it's like this. So what message are we teaching here? Like this, I don't know. It just seemed kind of odd because he never really changed much. Only thing he decided was, okay, I decided to move with you, even though you're still gonna be a person working. Well, I'm still trying to working on making a band. Like, really? Like, okay, I guess. Yeah, that's a huge flaw of this movie because it's like this. I mean, it doesn't talk about it as much, but that's the whole point of the whole that movie in the first place. It all goes back to that thing. They try to brush it over like it didn't happen, but it's there, and you're like, okay. So let's move on to the positive now. Animation is pretty good. The character design is as well too. Stevie and Elliot, I really do like the relationship, even though Elliot can be like annoying at times, but at the same time, he ended up becoming the biggest hero, like VIP of the whole situation as well. Because you got Stevie who's trying to do everything to keep the family together, but she don't want to school. She even offers to get a job, even though she's not old enough. She's trying to do all this stuff. She see her brother acting all weird and crazy. She's saying, "What are you doing?" And she's stressing out because she feels as though he's causing problems, which is going to not going to help the family get to stay together. And you got the boy he's just being a kid. And then when you see him step up when his sister fails, and she's the oldest, and how he says that it is, oh my God, you really do like their dynamic in the relationship, which is also very sweet and very touching. I really did enjoy that as well. And so some of the humor parts, like always, they hit or miss, but I still did enjoy it overall. So even though this movie had kind of messed up in certain areas and in certain things not that great, but I still have fun watching it. I want to say it's the best movie I've ever seen in my life, but it ain't the worst either. It has a nice little message in there, sort of, but at the same time, it also got some darkness attached to it, which is like kind of they're trying to brush that over, but at the same time, it's like it's just there. There's one thing this huge thing that did not get resolved. So it kind of leaves you happy, but not really fully satisfied either. I mean, maybe if you're a child, you might just not pay attention to it. But if you're a grown up watching, you might just, that's a little bit weird. Yeah, I know. Yeah, it's a huge like thing to it. So I think it movie a grade. I had to give it like a C. Maybe like I had to give it like a C because I didn't hate the movie. And at parts I actually really did enjoy like the whole adventure, the dream stuff with the kids and stuff. I thought it was pretty nice, pretty cute at the same time. And I did like the family dynamic, but at the same time, the father was like such a problem. I couldn't really like fully like embrace it like the movie wanted you to. Yeah. So I think I've been generous with giving it a C. It was like a C minus really. Yeah. It's a C minus. That's what it is. Let's see my word for it, though. Go check it out for yourself. Hopefully, when you watch it, you will enjoy having watched it too. Maybe you might love it, or maybe I don't know. Let me know what you thought about it if you have seen it. If you haven't seen it, just check it out. I'm not going to discourage you. This is my opinion. Go check it out for yourself. And so give my channel a like, hit the thumbs up, shaboop, and subscribe to my channel and share. I really do appreciate it. Also, links down below. Help connect to my social media. You want to follow me there? I really do appreciate it as well too. Also to my store, but something with shirts and socks, everything else and whatnot. Then this is one of my Auburn University shirts, but this is the rabbit version of the rabbit toys, of the centaur version of it. Yeah, as well. See some stuff, buy some stuff. I really would appreciate it. Like I always say in my dreams of life, I am the Ninja Rabbit. Peace out, peoples.